All right there, Tom. Just completed your Stryker 955 HP here. It's a brand new radio. We got a full tune-out done to the radio. We've got upgraded finals for more output, better spectral purity. We have upgraded echo board. The echo board is actually ran out the face here. And you will have an adjustment for it. It's back in the original position that the original echo board goes out with the aftermarket control and the aftermarket board. The echo board has also been modified to expand the bandwidth on it as well. You can see the bottom setting is somewhere around maybe 8 o'clock position. Top one's around 11 o'clock. Everything is all adjusted out correctly here. Other than that, we have internal 5-band EQ that's set perfect on the inside. I've got Hifi Transmit, Hifi Recieve with a filter done. We have a variable peak control, which is on the front. I try to make it a standard where I put the position of control so people will remember from other videos, even if I don't make one for their own. But this one here is the variable peak control. Cut it all the way up, maximum peak, all the way down for the least amount of peak output power. And then you got a variable bird control for your bird average output, so you can cut that all the way down or all the way up. So you'll have full control to run whatever you'd like. Also, we have a variable tone control. As usual, my favorite position usually is going to be about the 3 o'clock position or so. Wide open is maximum bass. All the way up here is maximum treble. If you try to run this studio microphone, the Shure sm7-b that you have, if you try to run it without doing any kind of external EQ, then you'll run the mic gain wide open, and you're probably going to have to put a lot of mids in there to compensate for the really heavy lows of a studio microphone. They're very, very bassy. But anyway, might even have to go further than that. But you'll have full control to go wherever you need to, and even more so if you run an EQ in line with it, because you'll have full bandwidth to control and cover what you need. Other than that, I was a little conservative with the bass. I'm capable of boosting well beyond where I took this to, but I stayed conservative so you wouldn't wouldn't have too much lows with the studio mic, and you'd still have some control to make it dynamic like you need to. Also, we have a MP3 with line level recording, which is down below the external speaker jack. I don't know why the screen's so dark. There we go. But MP3 with line level recording back there. And I believe I've listed all the options, as long as I'm not forgetting anything. But anyway, we'll go ahead and make sure the output's up here. I'll go ahead and put this in its position that I'm going to be running it at anyway, just for the test. I'll test it with a D104 just for reference, just so you can actually hear the sound with something. I don't have any studio microphone here to use to test with. Got the mic gain down just a little bit for the D104. Left just a little bit of headroom, not much, just in case you need it if you decide to run the studio mic by itself. And then if you do run through your EQ, in my experience, usually the gain is going to run down, or actually it's recommended. I recommend to run the mic gain down, to 11 or 12, and then boost the output gains on the EQ, cut the input gains, and cut compression. That's the way that I suggest to run any kind of external equalizer. But anyway, we're just going to keep this at about 3 o'clock or so, for now. All right, we'll go ahead and test the output with it at 3 o'clock on the mic gain, RF power all the way up, and the tone set to the proper position. We'll see what we have. Looks like we're doing 132 peak watts. 132 peak watts right there. Make sure. Yeah, I think it's what I read. Yeah, 132. Looks like 159 on the LP100A. Looks like a little better than 60 bird right here. Everything's doing good there. All right, so now I will go ahead and I'm gonna cut the peak all the way down, and the average all the way down, and also the carrier all the way down. So we'll see just how low this radio can be back down to without touching the mic gain control. And it's like we can get all the way down to about 16 watts, so you can get all the way down to 16 watts PEP, which is still clean on the spectrum analyzer. And I can go ahead and roll the average up. If I roll the average all the way up by itself, it passes just barely past the 20 scale. If I roll the peak, it's going to go well beyond the 20 scale. You know, anywhere, whatever position that I need, you know, to go to. Fully versatile. Go wherever you need. And then spectral purity is still good. Alright, anyway, I did not show what the carrier was all the way down, so let me check that for you just so you know what it can get down to. Get down to a little bit below 3/4 of a watt, you know, maybe 2/3 to 3/4 of a watt there. And then all the way up on your carrier, looks like about 18 watt carrier. So good at 18, cut it all the way down to 3/4 here, and good there as well. It's doing fine. All right, let's cut this all the way back up here. Got the gain still proper. This is up, and this is here. And I've got the mic gain exactly where I'd run it pretty much with the D104. Real similar anyway. With your mic, like I said, if you're plugging straight into the face with just your studio microphone, you run that mic gain wide open, you're gonna probably have to boost this, and it still might be, you know, a little light. You know, it definitely won't be extremely loud even doing so, because it takes a lot to drive a studio mic, and I don't want to put this thing up to so much gain that you got to drive the studio mic and then, you know, then run it through the EQ, and you're supposed to run here, and because I boosted the gain so much, you have to run here. You get back in here on the control, it's very difficult to find that exact position that it needs to be. So I like it to wind up, you know, somewhere in here, you know, when you're on the EQ. It's just easier to make that fine adjustment that you need. Yeah, all right, so about 3 o'clock here, we'll test this. And like I said, I'm just kind of prepping for your Shure sm7-b to where everything is going to be user-friendly and easy for you to set up. I've gotten a slack on my cord, so I'm going to try to get myself a little bit. I do not have much. It is tight. Can't even hold it straight on the radio.
All right, Tom, just checking it out, letting you hear how it sounds right here, letting you see how it's doing. Right now the gain is at, I don't know, what is that, 2:30, 3 o'clock, pretty much 3 o'clock. We'll look at the side right here. I'm on the tone control. Let me try to set my phone down. Here I'm, you know, trying to use 3 hands when I don't have 3, but anyway, 230 right there. I could kind of max out the bass for more lows right there if that's what we needed, and then I could kind of, you know, push the treble hard if that's what we needed there to hit a bunch of mids, or I can mix it proper with what this D104 needs here. Anyway, just giving an example of your tone control as well. Just letting you see the swing 65 bird with my voice as well. Hello, 1 2, check 1 2. I hope you enjoyed, Tom. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Tom. Hope you enjoy the radio, and we'll get this sent to you. I don't know if I'm going to put this online or if I'm just going to send it to you private. Either way, I'll get it to you.